John here at Longevity Learning Lab, and today we're doing MIG welding with the MIG Weld 140 wire feeder. That's metallic inert gas, and this machine runs on 110 and is an excellent little MIG welder, and we're going to be doing some tips and tricks with it, and hopefully show you some things that'll help you out along the way. Okay, now that we got our Longevity MIG Weld 140 all hooked up, spooled up with the correct electrode in there, we're going to try making some welds and producing some quality welds here on this piece of sheet metal. And some of the important factors are making sure that your nozzle is clean, free from any splatter, any kind of material that would get in there and block the gas flow coming out when you're hooked up to a CO2 argon gas mix using the 70S6 MIG wire. When you got the gas shield, you got to make sure that it's flowing out the nozzle and you got the gas shield coverage over the weld to produce a quality weld. So let's give that a shot. And what you're looking for here is that consistent little buzz sound. And when you get that nice little buzz sound, it means you got your wire speed and your voltage matched and set just right to get that buzz sound, which means it's set balanced and it's flowing evenly when the electrode makes contact with the metal, giving you that nice little buzz sound, and the weld seems to flow nice. Okay, important things to remember when you're MIG welding. This MIG Weld 140 machine is a 110 powered machine, so your setup parameters are important, and you want to make sure you got your ground good. Your flow meter settings need to be really close. You want to make sure your nozzle on the MIG gun is clean so that the gas flow comes out when using a gas shield. And your ground, your material's clean and grounded. And you get all those things set right, and it should produce a quality weld for you. And these things are real easy to set up and weld with. It's probably one of the simplest processes there is. Okay, to recap our MIG welding with the MIG 140 wire feeder, when you open up the door on the machine, you got a nice little chart here. And it's called the Welding Control Guide, and it shows the side view of the machine with the door open and your wire feed mechanism top view looking down, and an exploded view of the MIG gun, the nozzle coming apart, and the need over here when changing electrodes. Some electrodes will require a different polarity, and it shows when it's set up with DC reverse, that's positive, and over here it's DC negative, which is straight polarity. And over here is your chart showing different size tips with different size wires, and it starts off with 0.025 wire to 0.030 wire, all the way down to 0.035 wire. And these are real easy to change. Here's your nozzle, and you take on the MIG gun, take the nozzle off, it threads off, and change your tip right here. Real easy. To the appropriate size to match the wire electrode. This is really easy stuff. And once you get that on, all you need is the appropriate gear. You got the light gloves, you got your heavier gloves, and a good quality PowerView Elite hood with variable settings on it, and excellent hood. And you just follow the guidelines, and this is an easy machine to work with. It even comes with the adapter for the larger spool. Right now it's got the small spool in it. And to recap, it also, of course, works with gas shield for electrode that requires a gas shield like 70S6. And right now it's got the flux core wire in it, which does not require a gas shield. And it operates on 110 power, of course. Comes with some extra tips and a flow meter for when using a gas electrode. And that's about it. And I hope all that was informative and it helps you to produce some quality welds. Some important little tips when using this MIG 140 machine are little extra things like this MIG dip, which is a jelly, an aftermarket product that you use to dip the nozzle in on the MIG gun. And you do it preferably when the nozzle is warm or hot, and let the residue drip off. And what it does is it keeps that nozzle clean so that the splatter goober doesn't stick inside of it and block the gas flow. And it even helps with the flux core wire, because even though there's no gas coming through when you're using flux core wire, the splatter will build up and arc out the tip to the nozzle, and you don't want that either, because then it starts messing up your welds. So it's really a little performance tip that helps out quite a bit. And they also make it in a spray, which works also, but it tends to burn off sooner, and this stuff seems to work the best. So along with your brush that, you know, where you clean your material, there's things that you do to keep your tip on your nozzle of your MIG gun clean so that you get the quality results. It's important, even though you may be just a hobbyist, it's all good, because it makes it a good finished product when you're finished.